The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came to be through him, and without him nothing came to be. What came to be through him was life, and this life was the light of the human race. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. A man named John was sent from God. He came for testimony, to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to testify the light. The true light, which enlightens everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world came to be through him. But the world did not know him. He came to what was his own, but his own people did not accept him. But to those who did accept him, he gave power to become children of God. To those who believe in his name, who were born not by natural generation, nor by human choice, nor by a man's decision, but of God. And the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. And we saw his glory, the glory as of the Father's only Son, full of grace and truth. John testified to him and cried out, saying, "This was he of whom I said, the one who is coming after me ranks ahead of me, because he existed before me." From his fullness we have all received grace in place of grace, because while the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God. The only Son, God, who is at the Father's side, has revealed him. The Gospel of the Lord. So, at the beginning of the Gospel of John, we talk about the Word. All'inizio dell'Evangelio di Juan si habla della palabra. And why this child that was born, that is just born, why this child is called the Word? ¿Y por qué este niño ya recién nacido, por qué este niño lo llaman la palabra? Well, we have to say that first of all, words are important. Tenemos que decir, antes de todo, que las palabras son importantes. There is a movie, this is this famous Italian actor, Nanni Moretti. Hay un actor muy famoso in Italia, che si chiama Nanni Moretti. And during our movie, he gets really angry because there is someone who is just saying words and words and words, and he gets upset. And he starts crying out and shouting, saying, "Words are important. So why you keep on saying words without paying attention to what you say? Because words are important." Y entonces este hombre, como había alguien que estaba ahí hablando y decía palabras así sin sentido, y él se enoja. Se enoja porque dice, las palabras son importantes. No puedes estar ahí utilizando palabras sin pensarlas. I also remember my father. Me acuerdo también de mi padre. When it was the time to decide about our studies, me and my brothers, cuando llegó el tiempo de decidir qué teníamos que estudiar, yo y mis hermanos también, he said, I want you to study the classics, the Greek and the Romans. I want you to take a career in the high school, studying the classics, Greek and Romans. Él dijo, yo quiero que ustedes, cuando estudien, que estudien los clásicos, o sea, que estudien los griegos y los romanos, la literatura. He wanted us to study literature. Because he said, I want you to learn how to use words. Él decía, yo quiero que ustedes aprendan cómo se utilizan las palabras. Because if you know how to use words, then you can communicate, then you can explain yourself, then you can help, then you can console, then you can heal. So words, he also was saying, are important. Él decía, porque si estudian las palabras, aprenden cómo se utilizan las palabras, entonces podrán comunicar, podrán hacer de modo que los demás los entiendan, podrán ayudar, podrán sanar, porque las palabras son importantes. Son hirientes y son consoladoras al mismo tiempo. Words can heal and can kill at the same time. Y entonces, and so, in this day, today, we have this child that is called the Word. Y hoy tenemos este niño que es llamado la palabra. So, also, the word in the Bible is very important because the Bible is the word. Pero también la Biblia es la palabra. And the word that is the Bible coincides with Jesus. Y la palabra que es Dios, que es la Biblia, coincide con Jesús. Because this word, why this child is the word? Because this child is the Word of God, meaning that He is presenting to us, revealing to us who He is, the real God. Este niño es la palabra, porque Él es la palabra de Dios y nos revela quién es Dios. And so we read about God a lot of words. Hemos leído sobre de Dios muchas palabras. But what a surprise when you find yourself in front of one word that has a form of a child, and that word is talking to you about God. Pero qué sorpresa cuando tú te encuentras delante de una palabra que tiene la forma de un niño y este niño te está hablando de Dios. Yes, of course, a very different face, the one of God, very different from the judge, from the God of armies, God of hosts that we have in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, this word is talking to us about God in a very different way. It's presenting to us God as a little child. Esta palabra nos está hablando de Dios, no como el Dios de los ejércitos, no como el Dios juez, sino nos está hablando como Dios, como un niño recién nacido. And not only, this word is talking to us about God, but also this word is the light. This is what we read in this gospel. En este evangelio hemos leído de esta palabra que es luz. Saying that this word is light means that this is a word that is not deceiving. Cuando vamos a decir que esta palabra, que es Jesús, decimos que es una luz, significa que esta luz no te engaña. So it's not deceiving you and it's telling you the truth. Es una palabra que no te engaña y es una palabra que te dice la verdad. But why this word was not accepted? ¿Por qué esta palabra no fue aceptada? Because truth is hard to accept by anyone. Porque la verdad es muy difícil de aceptarla de parte de todos. So Jesus came to tell us the truth about God and the truth about us. Jesús vino a decirnos la verdad sobre de Dios y también la verdad sobre de nosotros. So when you are in front of this gospel, you are like in front of a mirror that is not only talking to me about God, but is also talking to me about myself. Entonces, cuando tú estás enfrente de esta página del Evangelio, no solo tú estás enfrente de una palabra que me habla de Dios, sino también estoy enfrente de una palabra que me habla de mí mismo. And that's why this can be also a very uncomfortable word. Y esta es la razón para que esta palabra puede resultar muy incómoda. Y what do we do when something is uncomfortable? ¿Qué vamos a hacer como cuando algo es incómodo? Well, usually we answer with our indifference. We're just indifferent. We don't pay attention. We pretend not to understand. We pretend not having heard. ¿Y qué hacemos usualmente cuando hay algo de incómodo que no queremos aceptar? Bueno, lo que hacemos usualmente es que contestamos con la indiferencia. Hacemos de modo que, como si yo no hubiera escuchado, como si no hubiera entendido. Actuamos como si nada hubiera pasado. But the Gospel of today, the beginning of the Gospel of John, is telling us this. Pero el inicio de este evangelio, el inicio del evangelio de Juan nos dice esto. If you do accept the word of God, then you will have a gift from God. Si tú aceptas la palabra de Dios, entonces tú tendrás un regalo de parte de Dios, un don. And what's this gift? The gift is that you will become son of God. Aceptas, tú vas a ser hijo de Dios. What does it mean to be son of God? ¿Qué significa ser hijo de Dios? Well, you know, a son is someone that resembles to you. Un hijo es alguien que te semeja. In fact, you know, when your son is doing something that you don't like, por esto, cuando tu hijo está haciendo algo que no te gusta, so what do you say? You say, I don't recognize you, because I never taught you that. Lo que tú le vas a decir a tu hijo es, yo no te reconozco, porque yo nunca te he enseñado eso. ¿Por qué no me semejas? Because you don't resemble me. Entonces, so, the more you accept the word of God and the more you follow it, the more you will be like Him. That's why you will be His son, the Son of God. Entonces, más que tú escuchas la palabra de Dios, la aceptas, más que tú la sigues, más que tú serás semejante a Dios. Entonces, serás su hijo. And, you know, to be similar to God, what it means, que significa ser semejante a Dios. Well, it means that we have to be like this God, that His Word is light and is flesh. How come? So this Word that created the world, this infinite word, this word that is light, that is talking to me about God, becomes flesh. The mystery of incarnation. Esta palabra, que es la palabra de Dios que ha creado el mundo, que es la luz, que es infinita, se hace carne. Estamos en el misterio de la encarnación. So the mystery of incarnation is something unbelievable. El misterio de la encarnación es algo increíble. So why is it unbelievable? Because how can you believe an immortal God that makes himself mortal? ¿Cómo lo puedes creer? ¿Cómo va a ser fácil para ti de creerlo de un Dios que es inmortal y que se hace mortal? If you really understand this, then you understand the greatness of God. Si de verdad tú lo entiendes esto, entonces tú entenderías la grandeza de Dios. Because not only God became flesh, but we are here in what it is called in Greek the mystery of kenosis. Kenosis means to become nothing. This is what kenosis means, and this is what God did. No solo estamos en el misterio de la encarnación, sino Dios se hace carne y estamos en lo que se llama el misterio de la kenosis en griego. En griego, kenosis significa hacerse nada. Tú eres Dios y te haces nada. Because not only God became flesh, which means it was enough already, right? You know, to become a man through Jesus, right? Hubiera sido suficiente para Dios, ¿no? Este misterio de la encarnación, que Él se hacía hombre a través de Jesús. But He went further. Dios se fue más allá. Because He not only became a man, but He became a servant. He washed the feet. He washed the feet. And He even died. And in what way He died? No solo se hizo hombre, que ya hubiera sido suficiente para expresar la grandeza de Dios. No, Dios no para. Dios sigue. Y se hizo siervo. Nos limpió los pies, hasta murió para nosotros. ¿Y en qué manera murió? Why did He do this? ¿Por qué hizo esto? Because God is infinite in everything that He does. Porque Dios es Dios infinito en todo lo que hace. And so when He starts loving, He loves forever, in an infinite way. Cuando empieza a amar, ama para siempre, de una manera infinita. Y se dice, me hago hombre, se hace hombre, 100%. And if He says, I will become a man, He will become a man 100%. And if He says, I will do anything to save you, and if He said, si dice, yo lo haré de todo para salvarte, then He will never stop until He does it. Entonces Él nunca se parará hasta que no lo hace. The Gospel talks also about John the Baptist. El Evangelio habla también de Juan el Bautista. And he became so similar to the light that somebody thought that he was the light. Y Juan el Bautista se hizo tan semejante a la luz que alguien pensó que él era la luz. And so he needed to say, I'm not the light, but I am the slave of the light. I'm not even worthy, of staying there to take care of his shoes. This is what he said. Dijo Juan el Bautista, yo no soy la luz, yo soy el siervo de la luz y no soy digno ni tampoco de arreglarle los zapatos. So you see, That's why he was so similar to the light, because he was just as humble as the light. Por esto él era semejante a la luz, porque era nada más que tan humilde como la luz.